if you had the opportunity to turn back the clock and get one of two things, you could either get your charming good looks, your youthful looks, or you could get the health and vitality and strength and energy. Hey there, it's Vicki Marie. I just thought I'd come on today and just do a quick little chat video. I'm holding my microphone here. I usually stick this here on my shirt, or it's usually on my workout bra, which I'm not working out today. So it's a rest day for me, and I have a call in about 20 minutes. So I just thought I would just do it this way. I know this is kind of weird, but in case you guys are ever interested, this is the microphone I use. It's a Rode wireless, and I have a piece of electrical tape right on this side, because that way if I do clamp it to the inside of my exercise bra that comes up to about right here, this holds my shirt back so it doesn't brush against the microphone and make noises. So that's my trick. I learned that a long time ago when I first started vlogging. So Roscoe's here in my lap. Let me just show you guys. He's just sitting here chilling with me. The wind has been blowing really, really hard all night long. So Roscoe did not get much sleep at all because he was so worried about us. Our dogs, they're like, they keep a watch. He watches out, and since there was so much noise, he had to stay up kind of all night and protect us. That's, I think, how he feels. And so he sits on the edge of the bed, and he was just alert for most of the night. So he's tired today. So I'm on watch today, and he's resting. So, and then John's at work this morning, and it's like the end of February for me. And it doesn't matter, really. It doesn't matter whatever the month is for you when you're watching this. One of the things I like to do is I like to read a book every month. And I don't always remember to talk about it or put it in my description, but so I've been trying to do this. I'm trying to be consistent. So in my description, I'm going to start adding like all the books I read and what month I read them in, and then talk a little bit about some of them. Some of them I won't say much about. If I don't like a book, I start a book and I don't like it, I'm not going to finish it. I'm not wasting my time. Life is way too short. But I read a different kind of book last month. It was called the Magical Midlife Madness, paranormal fiction, women's fiction novel, and it's by Breene. Her last name is Breene. I will link it in my description. And I was brand new to this, so I don't usually read paranormal fiction novels like that. It's just not my thing. I really was not a big Twilight person or any of those types of things. It was okay. I watched it because my daughter was more into that, so I watched those things. But I'm not really into that kind of stuff. But I did, I'm a Harry Potter fan. I'm a Potterhead, and I like that. That's like, that's really the only one I've really been into. But I love mystery, and I thought, okay, I'm going to read that. And it was so good. And what it surprised me, because it's, the title got me because it's Midlife Madness, Magical Midlife Madness. And it's sort of like in her this woman, and I'm going to say a little bit about it, but I'm not going to give too much away. But if you are planning to watch it, you might not want to listen to this, okay? So just scroll on through, or come back and watch it after you've read the book. But I'm not going to give too much away. But it was a really good book. I thought I enjoyed it. It was light reading. I mean, there was nothing really sophisticated about it. The author's a bit edgy. I don't know a lot about her. I really don't. But she is I think she's a journalist for a big newspaper or something like that, I think. And she's a bit edgy, more than what I would normally read, but I liked that. I mean, I really liked it. She said some things, like I've been putting quotes up in my on my vlog at the end, some of the quotes from the book. And so it's the premise is that there's this middle-aged woman in her 40s. She gets divorced. Her son grows up, goes off to college. So she's thinking her son really doesn't need her anymore. Her husband doesn't want her anymore. They get divorced. But she realizes she doesn't need him. Like she's better off without him. And I could relate to my kids are grown. They don't really need me as much. And they still need us, but not as much, not for the day-to-day stuff. And of course, I'm happily married, so I can't relate to that. But I have many of my friends who are divorced, and I get it. Like, I know how that is. I mean, I don't know how it is, but I have enough friends in my life, very good friends, who have been through that and down that road. And as a woman, I think even whether you're married or you're not married, you want to be strong in your relationship with yourself. You want to know who you are. I got married so young that I still was finding out about myself. And luckily, I found a very compatible partner. So we were able to both kind of grow up and grow into the person that we are today. And without the other person, like trying to control who we became. Like I think relationships sometimes are hard because one person may outgrow the other, or like that happens. They want different things, and we've just been really lucky. That's all I can say. We've been lucky. So, but this main character, so she goes through this divorce, and then her life is just, she's like doesn't know what to do next. So she moves in with her parents, which lasts a very short time because they're driving her nuts. That doesn't last long. And then she finds this job, and she finds a job where she can become caretaker of this home called the Ivy House in this really small town. So that's what she does. She moves off to this little town. I don't want to give too much away, but she does it like the title kind of hints. She sort of discovers her magic, like real magic. It is a paranormal fiction, remember, her magic inside. I do think that's a beautiful way to kind of like talk about the magic that's within all of us. I mean, okay, maybe we can't make things appear in a midair and things like that, but we all have a little bit of magic within us, and sometimes we don't discover our magic, that thing that we're really good at or that thing we're passionate about until we're older. So I think there's always something to discover about ourselves when we're older, and I just think that was the fun part of how I could really relate to this book. So she discovers this magic within her, and in the book she talks about, and the story does not skim over the facts about being 40 and the things that go along with your body getting older, and you maybe aren't as strong as you used to be. You don't have the stamina, the wrinkles, all the stretch marks, all the good things that come with getting older. And we all know this is happening. And so the character at the final end, she has the opportunity to, in the story, they kind of portray it as becoming youthful again. So I don't want to give away the ending, but I'm just going to leave you with this thought. So if you had the chance to, now if you are a woman or a man over 40, 50, 60, 70, if you are in that age bracket, if you had the opportunity to turn back the clock and get one of two things, you could either get your charming good looks, your youthful looks, or you could get the health and vitality and strength and energy. One of the two. What would you choose? That was an interesting question for me. What would I choose? The book doesn't really ask that, but the book left me wondering that. And because of the choices that the woman made and why and so forth. I thought it was a cute story. It's definitely light reading. I listened to it on my Kindle reader, my reader assist while I was doing other things around the house. I don't know that it would have held my attention to just sit and read because these days I'm usually multitasking. And I have to be really, it has to really be a book that makes me think and really have to focus in order to sit and read. Something like this book, you can have it playing in the background and get your chores done. So it worked out really well for me. I enjoyed the book. I recommend it if you're looking for a diversion. Have fun with it, but don't, I'm not saying it's not for everyone, and depending on how you feel about paranormal and things like that, it is a fiction book, and it was fun, and it caused sometimes like I'm a sci-fi person, Star Trek person, Star Wars, more Star Trek than Star Wars, but you can really explore some very deep issues and social and cultural and political issues through those types of stories, sometimes more than you can in the real world, if you get my drift. So that's what I like them for. I really do. Like, you can really explore the dynamics that are going on in your own, your own world and then the world around you. Explore that through sci-fi and fiction and even paranormal. So that's my video today. I do want to leave you with a question. I'm looking for a book for March. I have not figured out what I want to read yet. If you have any suggestions, let me know. I would love to hear from you, and let me know what you're reading, if you're reading a book. And I like all different types. Now, my dilemma is, do I go back to a self-help, which is my comfort zone, because it's like I always feel like I'm striving to learn and striving to do better. And I think you learn and you grow from so many things. You can learn and grow from reading fiction. I get really tired of people like reading things and hearing things that tell me how I should be, or so I had to change out my light. I have 2 of these. Okay. Where was I? Oh, good grief. Okay. I think I would rather be pulled into a story and learn from sort of the characters and the hero's journey story. We can learn a lot about ourselves through fiction, and I've always appreciated the fact that this is our life. We explore our life and we explore the world and we learn how to be a better us. I think more in how, I think as we have some experiences. You can't just read a book and learn how to be a better person. I'm here to enjoy my life in my 50s as best I can, and I do the best I can. It's a team sport. I can only do my best life because I have a really great team. My husband, my kids, my friends, even you here on this platform. I think in so many ways I've been really lucky to have just a great team. Even, from the lady that does my nails now. I mean, come on. I can't do my nails like this. I can only have my best nails with a little help from my friends. So that's sort of my philosophy on life. So, all right, well, that's going to be my video today. I hope that if you have any suggestions for me, you will leave them in the comments. If you read that book, The Magical Midlife Madness, let me know and tell me what you thought. Again, it is not going to be a deep read, and it's not going to be, I think it's kind of light reading, but it's fun. And sometimes that's the exact thing that we need the most. And we can learn the most profound lessons in the simplest storytelling. So, yeah. All right. That's it from me today. And if you haven't, I hope that you will subscribe. Take really good care, and I'll see you on the next one. All about the good vibes. Do you know how much I love you? Wanna see